Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check the news for the month of May, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So, we have a bunch of things. Again, this might be a little bit overwhelming. Now we have more activities, more campaigns, and more customs each month, but that's also nice to some degree. I just hope that people are okay with the amount of content that we have. Besides, there's every now and then there's a couple periods of time that are kind of dead-ish, so it's okay. We also have time to relax. So, starting with Kannazuki Sora's renewal. So Sora is getting her renewal. We already knew that because they already showed the video. And as usual, it comes with an achievement event, a pick-up gacha, and well, yeah, that's basically it. The event is going to last the whole month, so you have a lot of time to pick Sora and be able to enhance her, use her, farm with her, and you give her affinity items so that you claim all the rewards. Then, the pickup gacha. Obviously, it comes with the renewal weapon. We still do not know the exact effects of the weapon, but I expect them to be good. And it is likely that Sora will get a leader skill. Not only that, Sora is probably the first character, because there's only two, is the first character to receive the renewal before the decisive weapon pack. That's good, I guess. Because they have the opportunity to change more of her skills so that they integrate the feedback they receive after the renewal into the decisive weapon pack. I don't know if that's their plan or what they're gonna do, but it is a good idea to do the renewal first, in my opinion. I wasn't expecting this, but it's a pleasant surprise. Then, we have the upcoming May events. We have 2 logins, and in those logins we're gonna get Tiken Event Supporter, Element Kit UR, Orb Kit UR, Gems, and more. So, Event Ticket Supporter, it's gonna be random, that's bad, but at the same time it's good for newer players, and there's a ton of newer players thanks to the campaigns that they have done, and I appreciate that. Even if I might not use the supporter they give me with this ticket, it is exchange facility fodder, and it is good for everyone else. Then, shop event, nice! We're gonna be able to farm a lot this month and do something with those resources. These shops require you to spend AP, and as you spend AP, you receive resources, and you can use those resources in a special store that will last for the whole month. Is it the whole month? No, it's not the whole month. It's like 2 weeks, but still, you will be able to get good materials and resources on that store. Among those, you will receive UR Gacha Ticket, Crystal Kit, Dismantling Device, and other things. Honestly, that's pretty good. Then, additional achievement episode celebration event. So, we're gonna receive operational plans, EP random boxes, gacha coins, and more. Let's hope that they fix the EP random boxes, because honestly, nobody was getting supporters or weapons on those, and it was meant to help, or at least I think they are designed to help newer players, and they need extra copies of the supporters and weapons on the archive. So let's see if they fix that. I doubt it, but let's hope. So we're getting another archive update, which is nice. People will be able to check the events. Now, I know there might be some concerns that this might be an indication that they are preparing to go offline. And the possibility is there, sure. But I don't think that's the case. Even if they complete all the events, what they can do once they have all the archive updates is that they release the whole chapter and they just add one event, and when it finishes they add another event into that chapter, and so on until they complete the chapter. So it is not necessarily an indicator that this is going to be the end of the game. So keep that in mind. And another thing they can do is that they can just slow the pace down a little bit, and they just wait a couple months and then they start doing campaigns again and so on. Or they could even replace this with something else, like I don't know, maybe VR updates perhaps, or Total War updates. That's another thing they could do. Or even tower updates. So do not worry too much about the archive updates. It is not necessarily an indicator that the game is dying. Depends on perspective, sure, but we need to increase the player base, and we need to spend if we want to keep this alive. But at the same time, it is not an obligation. Keep that in mind. It is something that helps the game, but you shouldn't do it if you can't. Keep that in mind. Now, as you can see, we have Lang. Lang is coming into the game. First, we received the limited supporter, and probably this is going to be very good. Usually, nowadays, most limited supporters, character release limited supporters, do have a niche, do have some use, even if we don't see it at first. Ragnarok is an excellent example. People thought that it was pretty bad, and voila! Ragnarok arrives, and then it becomes pretty good. So, definitely you want to get at least one copy of Lang. She's going to come as a playable character after the supporter, so keep an eye for her. And if you don't have enough resources, maybe just grab the desired copy and that would be it. But if you can, I probably suggest grabbing multiple copies. We have to wait on the effect, but most likely, according to what we have seen as of late, it is probably going to be a good supporter. Then we have May Golden Pass. As for the skin, it's Sun Dancer Eleanor. This belongs to the World Tour family of skins. So that means that we're going to receive World Tour skins. Keep that in mind. So that's good. That's good. It's nice looking. So if you like Eleanor, you might grab this one. And as usual, the Golden Pass is good value. It's way better than the skin packs. So if you are okay with spending, you may do so. But we have other things to spend on. Keep that in mind. Like the packs for Sora. Now, new and repeat event story. For the new and repeat event story, we have Class Chinatown Crossfire, which is going to give us Entomic Natsu Basara, which is a supporter that everyone has, but this new version comes with a new skin, and it seems that it's going to apply poison, perhaps. I mean, that's a mechanic that needs a little bit of work, because it is not that great, and with a couple buffs or a couple good supporters, it could become viable. So let's hope that it works for poison. Now, we also have the repeat story for Silent Girl and Sukubai on the Run, which gave you Mifuyu. Mifuyu is a very underwhelming character with a very unique mechanic. It buffs the enemies with critical rate, which is basically useless for the enemy, but it allows us to use supporters that apply damage increase or damage reduction when the enemy is buff. Honestly, that's pretty good. I wish that Grimoire use this mechanic a little bit more often, but so far they haven't. They are already doing the rerun, and we don't have other ways to buff the enemy. So let's hope that they do so some time in the future. Now, as you can see, we have the new pack for Shinmara. Yeah, Shinmora Ragnarok. So this is a decisive weapon pack. So it comes with the custom, the UR weapon and the SR weapon, and some gems. There's gonna be a gacha, a banner that comes with the supporter, the weapon, the UR weapon, and the SR weapon. So you'll need to roll. There's 2 limited banners that you probably want to roll. So save those gems, guys. Now, the one thing that I want to mention is that perhaps it's not a good idea to roll on this particular banner. We'll have to see the effects of both the weapon and supporter. Why do I say this? Because she is one of the most popular characters that we have in the game right now, and when that happens, Grimoire sometimes feels safe and they think, we can put a whatever effect on the weapon and people will buy this thing. And it's bad. Poor Natsu receive a terrible weapon and supporter, which an SR surpasses that weapon, and the supporter, while it has its uses, it is extremely niche, and I say extremely niche. God. So let's just hope that Shinmara doesn't get that treatment and receives a good weapon and a good supporter that can be used, and then we want to use, because it also has the pack weapon, which is extremely useful, and it also has the gacha weapon, which is useful. I mean, that can be easily surpassed, but we'll see if this is worth it. If it gives something like the super cold state, the super freeze effect, that might be worth it. Now, we have the repeat for Fire God Micah. What does that mean? That Micah is going to receive the pack, but nobody wants it because the new renewal weapon is way better than the what's the name? Like prototype time bazooka. Yeah. No, Invincible Juggernaut. Invincible Juggernaut. That's the weapon. The renewal weapon is way better than Invincible Juggernaut. Still, you can use this on green. It is doable, sure. But the price on this banner is going to be the supporter. Because few supporters give particle charge, and even fewer give more than 50% particle charge. And this one gives 200% particle charge when 5 out of 5. 100 at base. So it's extremely useful for weapon active strategies. Even so, I don't think that many people will roll on this. So, don't worry too much about this banner. If you want the skin, okay, get the skin. It is nice. I won't deny that. And you can get a copy of the weapon with that. Now, we also have a repeat for Mistress of Darkness. This one is a really good seasonal pack. The weapon is good, and the support is okay. It is not like busted. It is not exactly good, but it is great for team building, machine team building in particular. So you should not just ignore this supporter. I only recommend this for two kinds of people. Those who already have the weapons and supporters from the previous campaign and didn't buy the pack, or those whales who are willing to spend Demonite and Nanomachine to 5 out of 5 both weapon and supporter. Or only the weapon. The weapon is the highlight on this pack. So why do I say this? Because while this is going to help you so that you can play Asuka at the beginning, you have one copy, because it's going to give you HP recovery, it is not great because you only have one copy, and when you start to go to challenging content, that weapon is not going to be good enough, and then you're going to use something else, like the PvP weapons, and then you don't have the HP recovery, and Asuka isn't as good as it was with the weapon, even though it dealt less damage. So, it is a difficult situation, only for two kinds of people. Well, now, we have the repeat package for the skins, and the first one is going to be Phantom Flamenco, which is basically the World Tour for Shiranui, and we also have Native UFS pack, which is again World Tour for Saika. Flamenco was the Golden Pass. Native UFS is Desire skin for Saika. So yeah, that's it. This is the second rerun, if I'm not mistaken, for this skin. So I don't think this is gonna receive a discount just yet. Keep that in mind. Then, new customs. We have Viking, Astaroth, Valkyrie Rin, and Amazones, I guess. Amazones, Fortota. Mirabel, yeah. So, they look pretty nice. I'm definitely getting this. I love Valkyrie Rin, honestly. And Amazones, I guess this is Amazones, but I don't know exactly. Amazones, Mirabel looks, she looks solid. Yeah. Well, in any case, We also have the repeat for I guess this is Ronin Asagi and bartender Oktoberfest bartender Emily, and we also have Egyptian Lapis, and also we have Sue and Noah. Yeah, pretty nice skins, pretty good looking. And then, due to Google Play's policies, some items will not be available for purchase on Android devices. You may still purchase them on Steam, Stove, and iOS devices. Guys, I know that there's many people who are angry about these issues, but honestly, do not blame Gremory. They are not at blame at this. As you can see here, it says due to Google Play's policies. If you want to review bomb someone, that's Google Play. So keep that in mind when you comment on the topic. Not to say that Gremory is some kind of saint, that this organization, this company is a saint or anything like that, but they are not at blame for this specific problem. Yeah, it is pretty unfortunate, and some other skins that they are advertising here, maybe some limited skins, might receive the same treat due to Google policies. We do not know. It might not be only the bunny skins, and this might affect how they design the new skins, the new decided skins, the new pack skins. Well, what can I say? It is bad, but we need to know who to not who to blame, but rather who we should complain with, or we should ask to change the policies, and that's Google Play. Well, now we have a nice present, 2 limited gacha coins with this code. Be sure to redeem it, guys. It is going to be extremely useful for next month, considering that there are 2 important limited gachas. Well, technically 3, because we have Fire God Micah, but other than the supporter, I don't think that there's that much of an incentive to roll on this one. Then, what do you think about this, guys? Honestly, it is pretty nice. It's gonna be a stack month. I expect maybe 1 week to be pretty mid, probably the 2nd week of the month, because on the 3rd and 4th we're gonna have the what's the name? The limited pack, the character limited pack for Ragnarok. We're gonna have the event store and so on, and at the start of the month we're gonna have the character renewal, so that's gonna be good. And Lang, when is Lang coming? Right at the start of the month. Okay, so yeah, I think that the second win is gonna be the dead one. But well, what do you think about all of this? Honestly, I'm glad for the most part. There's a couple weird things about it, like particularly Micah and the repeat story, but they gotta rerun those, so it's fine. Well, anyways, that's about it for today. I hope you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!